Hey, what up everyone, this is Mondo all day, back with another video, and in this video I'll be going over my build guide for Psylocke. I'll be going over which artifacts I use, which uniques, which medallion, as well as go over the power points, where I placed them, my omegas, and hero synergies, and at the very end show you my rotation and kind of give you some tips and pointers as far as how I was able to pass the Cosmic Trial with using around 5,000 omegas or so. I know I usually do 3,000, but I think with Psylocke, and with this particular build, and your 3,000 wasn't enough, so I had to use more than that. So I had to use 5,000. So yeah. So again, this is my build guide for Psylocke. So let's get into it. First thing we're gonna look at are the artifacts. The first artifact is Mental Focus Headband. I'm using this for the 1.3 spirit recovery per second, mental damage rating, power radius, +2 energy, and total deflect rating. This is very good for mental as well too. Then I'm using the Book of Demonicus for the +3 to all attributes. That's a really good one, as mentioned before. Then I'm using Scroll X-Men Medallion. I'm using this for the +1 energy, 8.7 power duration increase, the health increase, and also 2, when you hit with an area power, you gained increase of area damage, and as well as when you hit with a mental power, you gain extra mental damage. But also when you have both mental and area effects are active, you gain +2 fighting. So again, it's very useful because she is not only mental, but she does have area moves as well too. So then I'm using Essence of Dread for the critical hit rating, health, and mental damage. Then I'm using Mayhem Demon Blood. I'm using this for the health increase, mental damage increase, and then in 10 stacks you get +2 fighting and speed. And for the uniques, I use all of her uniques except for one. For slot 1 I use Machine Man's Chainsaw Arm. I'm using this for the critical damage rating, the brutal damage rating, the +2 fighting, and the +2 to all powers and +2 to melee powers. So this is like a hybrid build. It is a mental, but it is a range and melee build. But majority of my main attacks are melee, so hence why I use this art unique. But again, you can use her medallion, but I use for slot 1 I use different medallion. I mean different unique. Excuse me. You can use her uniques, but for slot 1 I use her a different unique. Excuse me. For the ring, I'm using Bloodstone Demon Band. This gives you mental damage increase, brutal damage rating, brutal strike rating, increasing move speed, and health increase. And for the costume, grade 1 through 4, critical damage rating as always. And for the core, I have her to where I gain +1 energy, +1 fighting, and also a health regeneration per second. And for insignia, I'm using Insignia of Archangel. I'm using this for when you hit with an enemy, there's a 5% chance to stun them for 3 seconds. And when you land a brutal strike, you and your allies gain physical damage rating increase, brutal damage rating, and movement speed increase. But also this insignia provides me critical damage rating increase and health as well too. So this is a very good insignia, excuse me. And for the pet, I have it to where I take 1% less damage from bosses, critical damage rating increase, +2 ranks to movement powers, and then +3 fighting. For the forged, 800 defense, and I have it blessed to where I gain increases the damage rating to range and melee powers, but also gain health and spirit when you hit with an enemy.
Less thinking, more fighting.
And then I'm using the Warlock's Eye for legendary item grade 70 for the mental damage rating, the spirit increase, mental damage rating of course, and then mental critical hit rating to mental attacks. Alright, so that's that. Now let's go over the power points. So top to bottom, left to right. Telekinetic powers, max that out. Psionic Projection, that's a summon, it's a stealth summon, 2 there. Deadly Assassin, it's a passive and toggle, max that out. 3 to Psionic Assault. Psionic Resilience, this is a passive, max that out. Psionic Vortex, max that out. Assassinate, max it out. 1-2 Shadow Step, that's a crowd immunity, invisibility too. Katana Typhoon, max that out. Signature, of course, max that out. And then Psionic Bow, max that out as well too. Omegas, again, I use just over 5,000 Omegas. I know I usually do 3,000, but I think 3,000 wasn't enough for her, so, and for this particular build, so I think 5,000 is reasonable. So yeah, just showing you guys, I use just around close to 5,000. So Okay, Arcane Attunement. 5 do Zerathos for the damage rating, brutal strike rating, and critical hit rating increase to mental attacks. 5 there. Interstellar Exploration. 1 for Earth for the base damage increase, and then 2 to Eagle the Living Planet for the +2 durability, speed, and energy. Again, you want to get that durability and energy up, and speed as well too. This is perfect for her because you want her to be here as fast as possible, but also you want to increase the durability because she is a bit weak. So keep that in mind. And then I'm using 1 for Sakaar for the deflect rating increase and melee damage increase. Special weapons, 1 for tag rounds for when you hit with a range power, you gain critical hit rating and critical damage rating. And again, this is a hybrid build, melee and range. So this is perfect for her. And also 1 for assault rifle for the base damage range powers increase. Mutation, 3 to warpath for the fighting. 1 for frenzy for when you hit with a melee power, you gain critical damage rating. Radioactive Origins, as I usually said before, with melee, any melee character, I always use this. 2 to A-bomb for when there's a 5% chance to when you hit with a melee power to become invisible, but also gaining 120 damage rating, which is really good. And I don't want to read these again because again I've done it before, but usually any melee I usually add these right here. Nanotechnology, 6 to spin tech for the damage rating to bosses increase. And then human augmentation, nothing there. Psionics looks scary, but it's not that bad. So 5 to melt face for the brutal damage rating increase. 7 to master telepath for the base mental base damage increase. 1 for psionic vampire for when you deal with mental power, you regenerate 60 health. Telekinetic research, 7 there for the mental damage rating increase and critical damage rating. 1 for Omega for the base energy damage, but she's not, and base mental damage. And then 1 for Phoenix Force for the +1 energy. 5 for Anti-Genesis for the +5 energy and deflect rating and mental defense rating. And that should be, yeah. Hero Synergies. 1 for Cable for the critical hit rating. Dr. Doom for the signature power damage increase. Doctor Strange for the mental damage increase. Ghost Rider for the critical rating to mental powers. Hawkeye for the move speed and critical damage. Nightcrawler for the melee damage increase. Rogue for the health on hit and spirit, 1 spirit on any hit. Squirrel for the damage rating to bosses. War Machine for the 10 spirit and +1 fighting, and then Wolverine for the brutal strike rating and brutal damage. Now let's go into her rotation. My team up is Magic. I will say this just right now, just get it out of the way. I use Magic for not only for her summons, but she is also melee, but she also does mental damage, and so I would recommend having Magic as your mental damage team up, but also summon/melee, because with her summons it's going to help a lot too. And I'll explain it later when I do my rotation and kind of some tips regarding Cosmic Trial. But do keep in mind I'm using Magic, and there's a reason for that. So again, I'll explain it later when I go over as far as some tips and pointers on how to pass Cosmic Trial. So that's that. And so the way I have it set up here, just get it out the way. Ninjutsu Strike, always use this whenever I'm low spirit. That's my go-to power. And then I have Psionic Bow, Psionic Vortex, Assault, Assassinate, Katana Typhoon, Signature, and then her Shadow Dash. Okay, and then on hotbar number 2, I have her Deadly Assassin toggle, and I have it on, and then I have Shadow Step. Again, just get out the way. Activate this whenever you can. It gives you invisibility, but also you also get crowd control immunity. So cool. Let's just get that out the way. So the first rotation, it's broken into two different sections, I guess you can say. One's a range rotation and one's a melee rotation. So I'll go over the range. So the way the range works is like this. I usually activate Psionic Bow because Psionic Bow not only does it do a lot of damage, but also it increases the damage rating to range powers for 13% for about 6 seconds or so. And so usually what I do is I activate Psionic Bow, and then shortly after activate Vortex and Assault. I do this right after each other because Vortex and Assault, they're both range, and so with the increase of Bow's buff of 13%, it'll increase the damage to Vortex and Assault. Hence why I always use Psionic Bow first, and then these two, Vortex and Assault, right after it, because again, I want that damage increase. So it looks something like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate Bow, and then Vortex and Assault right after. Okay, just like that. And the best thing about it is that again, you get the increased damage, range damage increase. Hence why I always activate Vortex and Assault shortly after I activate Bow. Okay, just get out the way again as always. All right. Again, that's the first rotation of my of the range. My second rotation, or the second section, however you want to put it, is my melee rotation or section, however you want to put it, and it's pretty simple, which is Assassinate, and then shortly after you use Katana Typhoon. The great thing about this is that the damage is increased. No one doesn't do a lot of damage, but it gives you 100% damage while stealth or invisible, or within 2 seconds of breaking stealth. Okay, so my advice to this is this: before you use Assassinate, I would advise to use Shadow Dash, because Shadow Dash gives you a stealth for about 3 seconds. Okay, but do keep in mind. Well, let me show you how Shadow Dash looks. See, she's invisible. Okay, do it again. And you notice these right here. These are these powers right here. These are summon. So with this passive right here, what this does is when you place 2 points here or 1 point here, you gain some shadows or stealth, however you want to put it. And so every time you use any specific powers that are listed on here, again, I don't want to read them all to you, but you get a summon like that. And not only that, when you use a specific power that's indicated here, your shadow or dash, whatever you want to put it, or your summon, does that power as well too, and it does damage. Okay, hence why I'm using Shadow Dash, because it gets that summon out, as opposed to Scythrust, because Scythrust, it doesn't really give you that. You know, when I was testing it out before, this particular power, Scythrust, was not summoning my summon. So with Shadow Dash, it does bring up summon. All right, but do keep in mind that the stealth only happens with Shadow Dash only when you do not hit an enemy. Keep that in mind. So for instance, if I go from here where I'm at to, let's say, right here in front of the enemy, if I hit that enemy, or it's not going to be invisible. Okay, so I'm just show you really quick. See, she didn't do stealth. My summon still came out because I activated the power, but you notice how she's not stealth. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go from here behind him, and you're gonna notice that it's not gonna turn invisible. See, because I hit him. Now I'm gonna do it again, but this time I'm gonna go, instead of across from him, I'm gonna go from like the corner. See how she's invisible now? Okay. Now this is important because what you want to do is before I usually activate Assassinate. Again, this is one of the moves that your summon does as well too. And so what you want to do is this is the, I guess you can say, the first rotation of the second section, or the first rotation, or the rotation for the melee section, whatever. Is what you want to do is this: you want to be in stealth. So that's pretty simple, hence why I use Shadow Dash. You want to be stealth, kind of like how it is right here, and then activate Assassinate. That way you get the full effect. Okay, so again, simple. You want to use Shadow Dash. That way you're invisible. That way when you activate Assassinate, you get the 100% damage increase. Because it means clearly states here 100% damage increase while stealth or invisible, and you want that. Okay, and then shortly after that, activate Katana Typhoon. And again, Katana Typhoon is another power that your summon does damage to. And so what I usually tend to do is if I Oh, let me just show you the melee section rotation. So again, what you want to do is be in stealth, then activate assassinate, and then katana typhoon shortly after. Right? So it looks something like this. Oh. See the summon? You see how the summon did attack as well too? I'm gonna do it again. I'm trying not to hit him because it was my fault, but okay. See that? Boom, right after each other. And you want to do these two together. That way, since you're already close combat with assassinate, might as well do katana typhoon. But on top of that, when you use assassinate, your summon's right there. Might as well activate katana typhoon. That way, you can your summon can also do damage. Because according to this here, according to this psionic projection, your summon does damage with assassinate power and katana powers, and others as well too. But those are the main two. So that's why I usually use assassinate and katana typhoon together, because I want my summon to do damage as well too. And when I use assassinate, I want to be invisible that way, or in stealth that way. When I activate it, like it is, I can go here and get the full effect, of full damage of assassinate. Okay, that's my rotation for the melee section. So I have it split to two. So I have, again, range, simple, activate psionic bow, and shortly after use psionic vortex, and then assault. Then maybe move around a little bit, and then right away when you're in stealth, activate assassinate, katana, and then just keep doing damage. Then Nujutsu strike. Now, if you see my Cosmic Trial video, you see me go to hotbar number 2 and activate Shadow Step. I try to activate Shadow Step as much as possible because, again, she's a bit weak, hence why I had to use 5,000 Omegas, but my advice is definitely to activate this whenever you can. Okay, that's simple. Now, that's my two rotations, or two sections, range and melee. So just to go over it again quickly. Range rotation or section, simple, psionic bow. Once psionic bow is activated, once you have that buff of 13% increase to range powers for 6 seconds, activate vortex and assault. Alright, second rotation or second section for melee, or whatever you want to call it, is assassinate and katana typhoon right after. Make sure that you're invisible though when you have assassinate. So I would suggest use shadow dash, because you have 3 seconds. It's a 3-second duration. Shadow dash, and then activate assassinate, and then shortly after katana. That way your summon can do damage as well too from both powers, and you can do a lot more damage. Okay. Now, when do you utilize the signature? Easy question, easy answer. Your signature is a range. Okay, so if you keep that in mind, your signature is range. So with that being said, what you want to do is activate psionic bow, and then shortly after activate signature. That way, because again, your signature is a range. That way, when you activate psionic bow, you get that buff of 13% increase to range powers, and then you can activate signature. So your signature is going to do a lot of damage, which it does. It creates a butterfly. 25 butterflies are created. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, and that's what I usually do is, and I'll show you guys more in a bit. But what I usually do is activate psionic bow and then signature, or you can do the first rotation for range, or the rotation for range, which is psionic bow, vortex, and soul, and then continue on. But I always highly recommend using bow first, and then shortly after signature. That way, you can, because the buff is 6 seconds long, and so you want to get the full 13% increase damage while butterfly effect, and where all signatures or butterflies are active. So again, I'm going to activate bow right now, and I want to activate signature right after, and then do my psionic vortex and assault. See all the bows are there going at. Boom, just like that. Okay, boom, perfect. All right. Now, okay, that was again just splitting it, explaining to you guys. Now, how do I combine everything all together? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's exactly how I just showed you guys. Is bow, vortex, assault, move once you're invisible or in stealth, assassinate, katana typhoon, and then repeat. If not, just activate vortex, assault, and then just keep doing damage with ninjutsu, and then do repeat. Alright, so again, I'm just going to do it, show you guys, not including signature, but the whole thing, how it looks. And what I usually do is, again, bow, vortex, assault, move, do dash to get stealth, and then do assassinate, katana typhoon, and then do bow. If not, then just use sign of vortex, assault, and then just keep using ninjutsu, or do my second rotation. So looks something like this. Just like that, okay? Just like that. It's the same again. It's just combining all these together. Now, she is very spirit dependent, so she uses up a lot of spirit. So hence why I use a lot of ninjutsu strike, because it doesn't cost that much. But the good thing about it too is that when you're in stealth, there's also damage is increased by 50% when you are for 6 seconds when you are stealth invisible. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's my rotations and kind of a build guide for Psylocke. Okay, now I mentioned that why am I using magic for summon and melee? Because one, since magic is a summon and so is Psylocke, and she's a summon as well too. The good thing about it is that when you're fighting Red Skull and Hulk Busters or whatever, you wanna, how can I say this? Since Psylocke is a bit fragile, she is a bit weak, like you need to increase her durability and her health, and sometimes even probably intelligence, because you want that health increase, because I mean 23,000 health is not a lot for a melee character, so she is a bit weak. So the reason why I chose magic is because magic is not only again melee, so she's close combat, but also she does summons. And so with that said though, is that when you have summons, and let's say you have a team up who's a melee character doing damage to, let's say, Red Skull, that means that you can still do damage, and then anytime that Red Skull does damage, it'll do damage towards a team up or the team up summons, which in turn means more leaves you more time to do more damage to the boss. Meaning that anytime that the boss is trying to do damage to you, or does like a, let's say, Red Skull's range power, where he does that green whatever it is, and let's say he hits the enemy, he hits the team up summons, even better for you, because that means it won't affect you in any way. That way you can still do your rotation, still do damage, and not have to like move around, so you can kind of regenerate health. You can still do damage. That's why I use magic, because she is melee. She's the only mental damage, but she's melee and she's summoned. So when you're fighting a Red Skull, all the summons are going after Red Skull, and so that means it gives you some time for you to kind of do your rotations, and also that way you can do your close combat. So it looks something like this. I'll show you guys what I mean. So that's magic. I'm just gonna send here and see the summons. So you see all the summons are all up there. So anytime Red Skull does like a damage, a range attack, it'll most likely hit the summons as opposed to you, or it might hit the summons first, but it'll hit you second. But that means at least you won't take the full effect of the damage. See what I mean? That's why I chose magic. I could have chosen Dr. Doom, because he's a mental damage as well too. But again, I felt like with magic it'd be perfect, because she's close combat and she's mental damage as well too. And knowing that, it's because I find it cool that you have two females with swords kind of fighting alongside each other. It's kind of weird, I know, but anyways. But yeah, that's why I chose magic for. That way, magic can only summon her summons, but also she does a lot of close combat. Meaning I can do my rotations, and if I have to, I can kind of hide behind some of the summons and still do damage with some range. But I can still. The key thing is that the summons and the team up can absorb a majority of the damage. That way I can survive a lot longer. And yeah, that's it. This is my build guide for Psylocke. I know you guys have been requesting for this. I know it took a little while, but apologies for that. But yeah, this is my build guide for Psylocke. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys who have unlocked Psylocke, you guys have been interested in as far as playing with her and how I like her. I think she can be good, but I do have to admit though, you do have to spend some Omega points with her. Again, I It did take me some time to get this video out and pass customer trial with decent amount of megas, but this is the best what I could do. So yeah, so again, if you have any requests for certain characters, please leave it in the comment section below. If you guys enjoy this build or this was very helpful, again, let me know in this comment section below, because I like to hear if the build guys was helpful or not. If you want to see more videos on mine, or you want to be updated with any new videos, please do subscribe to my channel. Now, this is support the channel, but it means a lot to me as well too. And again, any requests for certain characters, for build guides and cosmic trials, leave it in the comment section below. Alrighty, and that's it, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'll be making another video in terms of me opening up some fortune cards, because right now it is the sale of fortune cards, which is addicting. But I'll be making a video of me opening up some fortune cards, because some of you say you guys enjoy that. And also too, I'll give you guys some pointers as far as how to utilize this whole BOGO sale, which is buy one get one free. How to utilize that and get some really good, some good rare costumes. Again, I'll do a video of that and kind of showing you guys as far step by step. But for those of you who've played in game, some of you have been asking me, how do I get these rare costumes? What do I mean rare costumes? Costumes like this one right here, not rare, but this costume right here. Believe it or not, but I got this costume free. So again, I'll be showing you guys how to be effective with this BOGO sale. I mean, it will cost you money, but again, there's a certain, I don't say certain way or a certain cheat, but I'll show you guys in the video, and I'll show you step by step. Alrighty, you guys, and that's it. Again, just to reiterate, this is my build guide for Psylocke. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully it's very helpful for you guys. So if you guys have her unlocked, you can try this build and have fun with her. She's not bad. She's quick, she's nimble, somewhat like Electra, but she's a little different. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, until the next one. Bye-bye.